Time to satisfy your sweet tooth with some easy, fun baking tricks. Joining us to show you how to fill cupcakes is vegetarian chef, baker, and blogger Ashley Barton. Ashley, nice to be with you.
Too.
So we'll get to frosting the cupcakes in a little bit. First, we're going to talk about how to fill them. I usually just buy them filled. I would never think to make them at home. Too much work. It's pretty easy, though.
It's really easy, really easy.
What do people usually fill cupcakes with?
They might put whipped cream, peanut butter. I sometimes put whole truffles in the middle of mine.
Oh my gosh, we'll do that next time. Broccoli in them.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
Anything you want, right? Okay, so we're going with a compote, citrus cherry compote. How do you make this compote?
This is really easy. It's 3/4 of a pound of cherries. You can use fresh, but I used frozen, and then that's the standard size for a frozen bag of sweet frozen cherries.
Okay.
And then it's 1 lime. You squeeze the juice into the pan, and then put both halves of the lime in there too, and a 1/2 cup of sugar, and just let it bubble away for about 20 minutes until it starts to thicken up, and you'll have a compote.
So it's pretty much just citrus, or lime and cherry.
Exactly.
Wow, very easy. And of course some sugar. And then it comes to this consistency. Okay, so now we have the cupcakes. They're already baked and ready to go. So how do you fill them?
So first you'll take this cupcake and we'll cut out the middle.
Okay.
So you want to make a little hole, I'd say about the diameter of 1/4.
Okay,
right
so not too big.
Into the middle. Just pop that right out of there.
What happens with that part that pops out?
I like to make parfaits with it, but it's excess, so.
So you can eat it.
You can eat it.
All right.
But we're not going to use it again in this cupcake.
So it's okay. Good.
And then we're going to put the filling right in the middle.
Okay.
And just fill it all the way full to the top.
All right.
Push it on down in there.
How's that? More?
That's exactly right. So you don't want it too full because then the frosting will kind of slide off the top. You want it just, even
like
with
that.
the top of the cupcake.
Oh, and then you put let's see, are those filled?
Those are filled.
What a nice surprise. If you don't know, you bite into it.
Exactly, yeah.
So great. All right, now I'm going to try cutting the hole out. But can you use other tools other than a knife?
Yep, you could use, I actually have this little grater here, and you could use something like this, anything sharp that you can make a little round hole with, or if you have an apple corer, you could use that too.
Okay, that's not deep enough? Or?
You can just kind of dig in there a little bit and just get some of that excess out so that your hole is big enough to have a nice good amount of filling.
Okay, here we go. So this is actually a vegetarian cupcake. Can you fill any kind of, you could fill any kind of cupcake,
yep, any kind of cake.
Okay. Now what makes this, you obviously didn't use eggs or milk.
Right, no animal products.
So what did you use to make the vegetarian cupcake?
Eggs have an interesting mix. They do a lot of jobs. So they make your cupcake rise, they hold the cupcake together. So you need to have a chemical leavener like a baking soda, baking powder working, definitely in a vegan cupcake.
Okay.
But you also have to replace the fat from the eggs so that it will stick together. I use a mixture of soy milk and coconut milk in mine so that it gets enough fat but it doesn't bog the cake down.
We gotta have you back to make some vegan vegetarian cupcakes. That sounds great, and I can't wait to try them. We'll be back to frost them in just a bit, Ashley.
Great.
Thanks so much, so don't go anywhere. We'll show you how to frost these yummy cupcakes later on in the show.
Earlier, and now we're going to frost them.
Exactly. My #1 recommendation if you want to make your cupcake special at home is to use a pastry bag instead of just a knife with a thing of frosting.
Can you use one of those bags, a plastic bag that you cut the tip off of?
Absolutely. So you can get these at the store, or you can use a Ziploc bag even, and just cut the corner off.
And then all you need is this metal piece.
You need a pastry tip, which you can totally just get at the grocery store.
Okay, that's easy.
Yep. And then we're going to take our cupcake.
Now I want to watch you do it first, because I usually make a mess and nowhere nearly as gorgeous as these do.
Well, squeeze all of your frosting down to the bottom, and then you're going to want to go in a spiral pattern here.
Okay. And spiraling up like you're making a soft serve ice cream cone.
Exactly. And fill all the way up so you can't see anymore. The nice tip at the top there.
Now, I noticed my mom used to bake, and there's all different kinds of tips. Is there a specific name for that tip if you want this kind of consistency?
Well, this one just doesn't have any of the little teeth on it. Exactly.
Okay.
Different teeth and whatnot will make different patterns when you're frosting. You want to try one?
Yeah, let's see. Hey, if people are just tuning in, remind everyone how you made the inside of these cupcakes. They look incredible.
The inside is a citrus cherry compote. It's about 3/4 of a pound of cherries and in a pan with 1/2 cup of sugar and 1 lime, cut in half, squeeze the juice in there, and then throw the 2 lime halves in and cook over about medium heat for about 20 minutes until it's nice and thick.
Is this something that's hard to make, you think?
No, not at all. Really easy.
Well, yours looks phenomenal. It's not even worth showing mine. That was just bad news bears. Show hers. It's a lot better. You have these great embellishments. They're shaved chocolate and also these cherries. Now, what are these dipped in?
These are just dipped in melted chocolate. Really simple. You can do it in the microwave. Just microwave on low for 20 seconds at a time in a little microwave-safe dish and melt your chocolate and then dip your cherry right in. And this is just a chocolate bar. I use my favorite kind. Yep.
Yeah? Dark chocolate?
It's dark chocolate.
Ooh, I might have to borrow some of this. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I am sorry that I don't eat. Let's not eat this cupcake. Let's just put this one out for someone else.